if I close my eyes, I feel like I just see InDesign and I just see Photoshop in my brain. I feel like the sun has really brought out my enjoyment of life. And I'm like, okay, but what am I supposed to do now? Like, I don't know what to do with my free time. Hello, people of the internet. Welcome to the channel. My name is Liz and welcome to Lizard. This vlog is going to be about art in art school. In 2 weeks I have about like all my deadlines. So I thought I would make like a fun video showing you guys like my process of school and making art. It's just gonna be a little bit of life and we're just gonna have some fun and hopefully not have any mental breakdowns. Which is always a goal, you know, like it's every semester it's a goal, one that I never succeed in, but it's always a goal. Today it's Friday, the 10th of May. It's almost 1 p.m. It is later than I would normally start my day, but I went out with friends last night and I was home around 5 a.m. So I didn't like sleep until like 5:30. So I've got around like 5 hours of sleep. I just showered. I had breakfast, or lunch, breakfast. I had noodles because it's like the best hungover like food I find, but I did not like these. These were, I tried a new noodle thing and I tried just like the mee goreng. I don't know if you guys know what that is. I think it's kind of an Indonesian, Singaporean style noodles. That I normally really enjoy. It just, this one was really spicy. And even though it was delicious, like I love it, I couldn't finish it because it was like so spicy. And I must say that I'm like the widest person in the world when it comes to spice. Like I cannot handle anything. Which sucks because I fucking love noodles. Like noodles make me so happy and they're so easy and I'm like a lazy cook, so I love those. But I can't deal with a lot of like the spiciness with a lot of noodles, which hurts my heart. But the plan for today is we're going to be working the whole day in the library on my graphic design project. So I'm going to take you guys along. Before we go to the library, I have to run a couple of errands. I need to go into town and buy some things at the store. I must say I'm like struggling a bit with school recently because there's just like so many deadlines. I just had like 2 deadlines last week. It's just crazy because like the end of the school year is like almost upon us and it's just kind of sounding like, oh, I have so many deadlines. I need to get so many things done. I don't have any extra time to be able to do this. And definitely also now because the weather is getting nicer. It's just you want to have a nice time. And it's also like summer is coming and you're just vibing. And suddenly it's like, when am I gonna find time to actually work on school things? So I've been struggling a little bit with that. But that's why I'm also making this vlog. So I forced myself to actually get some work done. Hello everyone, I am back home. I studied around like 3.5 hours in the library. I spent a really long time looking for a book that the library said they had, but I could not find anywhere. So that was frustrating. I should have probably like stayed a little longer and worked a little longer on schoolwork at the library, because I was like, today is the day that we're gonna like really knock out some work. But after like 3.5 hours, like my brain was just kind of fried and I was just so tired. And I think like the sleepiness from the fact that I only slept like 5 hours is starting to settle in. I don't think I'm gonna still be working on school tonight because I'm just a bit too tired. I need to wash my dishes. I need to clean up this pile of clothing behind me. I really want to play Stardew Valley. I really want to play Stardew Valley. I feel like the sun has really brought out my enjoyment of life. Maybe it just has reminded me that life is here to enjoy, and that even though I have deadlines and I have a lot of stress, that I shouldn't put off seeing friends or having a good day or creating memories because I have work to do. I'm so in the vacation mood already that I can't even begin to stress about school as if it's something completely not on my mind. But tonight, we're going to actually get some more work done. It's 11 p.m. I just finished working. I normally never work till this late because, like I value my sleep. But sometimes you just get in the zone, You're like so focused on doing things. And then like I know it's late because like my eyes get sleepy. And then I'm like, okay, well, I'll just fix this one little thing and then I'll go to bed. But then I'll see something else and I'm like, okay, I'll just fix that thing as well. And then before I know, I'm like, okay, I'll just adjust these colors quickly and then I'll go to bed. But before you know it, you spend like an hour of adjusting tiny little things that you thought wasn't gonna take a lot of time, but then ended up taking quite some time. But I'm gonna finally go to bed. I'm so happy to sleep right now. And then tomorrow morning, we're gonna get back to the rise and grind. We're going to be working tomorrow morning on graphic design again because it needs to be finished next week. The deadline, it needs to be printed and done, and it is not done. So like my head hurts and my eyes hurt and I'm like so tired. I feel like I'm gonna fall asleep in front of the screen. Like if I close my eyes, I feel like I just see InDesign and I just see Photoshop in my brain. Just only numbers and bitmaps. I think I've been working a little bit too much. But I'm basically finished. Which is a lot earlier than I thought. I thought there's no way I'm gonna get this done in time. Like I was stressing out. Like in the morning, I was like, "Ooh, I really need to get to graphic design." But now we're like, I want to say like 10 hours further, and I'm basically done. So I think I worked really hard and really well, and I think I can tell because my eyes feel so fucking dry from staring at a screen. I'm gonna let some people review it. I'm gonna make some changes still probably today, and then tomorrow we're gonna print. And I'm terrified for printing. But I would be so happy if we got to print tomorrow because that was my ambitious goal of printing tomorrow. My realistic goal was printing on Tuesday. But if I can print tomorrow, I don't have to worry about it all weekend about my print stuff. And I'm just done, you know? Like, that would be amazing. You gotta love those summer thunderstorms. You gotta love them. Okay, that's better. Hello people, we are back at you again from the couch. The last time that I talked to you guys, I feel like was like a week ago. And you might be thinking, Lisanne, if you're gonna be filming your last 2 weeks of school, why did you not film your last week of school? Because tomorrow I have my final deadline and that's on Friday and then I'm done. Because the week after that we're leaving to Berlin as a class expedition, like kind of rounding off the year, which I'm really excited about. Not really set in my head yet that we are like leaving to Berlin in like a couple of days, because I have not thought about that. The reason why I haven't filmed for the last week is because a lot of shit has been happening. A lot of things that are just not so happy, not so joyful, and I'm all for sharing hard moments as well with the internet, and I'm all for showing vulnerability and showing that life cannot always be perfect and happy and beautiful. But I just kind of felt like I was going through stuff mentally and I just didn't feel like filming at that moment. Also, there was a lot of time spent with friends and family. I don't really want to put like things that we're going through on camera, you know, like definitely if it's like a vulnerable moment, you don't want to shove a camera in your family's face being like, okay, but I'm gonna film this. First of all, my cat died, which has left me grieving for the last week and crying a lot. Then the day after, my little sister landed in the hospital and she broke her leg and then she was in a wheelchair. So that had also been not a great timing, because you know we were already dealing with like a lot, and then you put that on top. This all caused me not to be able to print for graphic design because I went home and I had to deal with shit and I couldn't print at school anymore. So that has kind of been happening. On Tuesday I went to print stuff for my graphic design assignment. It all printed out way too big and completely wrong, upside down, and I was not happy with it, so I had to reprint everything. But eventually we did get it to work. I did get it to actually get printed. This is my final work. It's about identity and anonymity, and I kind of made this tiny little passport for my friends. Here you can see all my friends, and then I just kind of make a page for each person, which is like every person's vibe. And I also created like a whole code for it. You've seen me working on this a little bit. I had to present it yesterday, and I was an absolute mess yesterday because I hadn't had the time to kind of, I feel like, process everything that has been happening for the last couple of days. Also, I got my period, which is also, I feel like, an important factor. I got my period as well on Monday, and then on Tuesday I spent the whole day printing, and I also completely like bled through my skirt on Tuesday on public transport, which I feel like always makes you just feel like shit and so vulnerable in that moment, because it's just like so much shame that builds up and you just are covered in blood and you're just like, and then I realized that the little test that I made in black and white at home of my product, I forgot at my parents' house, and I had a meltdown. I had a very big meltdown, and then I went home and I picked it up, and I had to still print some stuff at school, and I was just a big mess yesterday. And then today I spent the whole day printing for my last assignment tomorrow, where the deadline is tomorrow, and it's just, everything's just been kind of messy and emotional and just tiring, and I fucking hate printers at this point in my life. I'm just like, I'm done with printing. I never want to see a printer again in my life. I don't want to look at InDesign ever again in my life. I don't want to look at Photoshop. I hope to be able to just do some like chill artwork. On the little bit more fun side note, because everything I've just been talking about has been sad and depressing, I did buy bleach powder today because I'm gonna be bleaching my hair before we leave to Berlin. I hate this weather because it's like rainy, so I'm like nice and covered and drenched a bit, but also it's like super warm, so I'm like sweating. So I just hate like the humidity that's been lately, but it's been because it's been so warm, and then it's like storming a lot, which I do love summer storms, but it's just so humid. Anyway, here's the fit. Here's the fit of today. We got a cute little dress, got some pants under it because it is not warm enough to only wear the dress. And we got cargo boots because they make a nice clack clack Anyway, I just came back from school where we just finished our presentation on my last course. We made a beautiful little flyer and a poster for our work. So we got to present, do a little pitch. And yes, I'm happy that we're done. But also, I kind of have the whole afternoon free now. And I don't really know what to do. Yeah, because suddenly like you have so many deadlines and you're working at so many things and you're just like working and working and working. And then you fall kind of into this pit of like, oh, but now I have free time. Now I can actually do fun things that I want to do. And I'm like, okay, but what am I supposed to do now? Like, I don't know what to do with my free time. I think I might actually finally paint a little, draw a little. I've been wanting to paint, but I just haven't found the time because deadlines. So we might do that. It's not done yet, but I just don't feel like painting anymore. I'm done for the day. Hello everyone, we've got a big day ahead of us. It is Sunday and today is the last day before I'm leaving to Berlin tomorrow for a school trip. It hasn't really like settled in yet that I'm leaving tomorrow, so I need to do a lot of things because I have not prepared for this trip yet, because with all the deadlines and chaos that was the last couple of weeks. So I've got a really long list of planning things I need to do. First of all, I still want to go to the gym today because I'm not going to be able to go next week. I need to pack my bag. I need to pack this bad boy. I need to do groceries for the long train ride tomorrow. I need to bleach my hair. I really want to bleach my hair today because I kind of wanted to bleach my hair before the trip. And apparently today is the only day that I had left to be able to do it. So I want to bleach my hair today. I need to get purple conditioner for my bleached hair because I'm afraid it will be very yellow. I need to download movies for the train ride. I need to do the dishes because I don't want to leave dirty dishes for a week in my room. And I would really like to do my nails because they're looking a little bit ratchet, and they're just long and they're annoying me and they're getting dirty. So I would like to just cut them and just paint them before I leave so they are nice. And those are like the main things that I need to do. For reading books, I have a little bit of a dilemma on my hands, right? Because I want to bring a book to Berlin, but I don't really know what I want to bring. Because right now I am reading Sister Outsider by Audre Lorde, and I'm really enjoying it, but I do think it's a hard book to get through. It's not a very easy read, and it's not like a pleasure read. It's not like I can just like read this in like one sitting on the train. And that's what I'm a little bit afraid of, because I did take this with me on another trip that I went to, and then I ended up like not really picking it up. I just would read a couple pages, and it's really nice. It's really beautiful. It's a good book. It's just not something that you can read a lot of in like a day, and I feel like it needs to settle in my mind a bit. So I'm not sure if this is like the best pick to bring on a trip, because I'm afraid I'm not really gonna pick it up. The next contender that we have is 1984 by George Orwell. I picked this up in the library because we were having philosophy class and we were talking a lot about Michel Foucault. He's a philosopher. He talks a lot about power and about what kind of power society holds over us, because like social norms and social rules, and this whole idea that you have to conform to a certain kind of rules in society, because if you don't conform to those rules, you kind of get social punishment, which is that you are outcast of the group. It all lands around this panopticon, which is a prison complex, which the idea was for everyone to keep being a good citizen. There's this feeling of constantly being watched. This is also kind of what religion does. It's like God is watching you, so you better act like you're supposed to be acting, and then like you will be a good citizen. We've kind of become also watchers of other people. We kind of control people as well to make sure that they're acting right. And then there's those whole bunch of social rules that not only we enforce to others, but we also enforce to ourselves. And like this whole idea of like what is freedom, and what, like, you feel like you can't do things, but also why can't you do them, because like social rules. Anyway, I'm blabbering on because I love Michel Foucault's work. Like, it's so interesting to me. But the story 1984 is a lot about this whole thing of Big Brother and being watched, and these social rules that we think are very weird when we read this, but it's basically a utopian prison complex kind of, and I'm just super interested in this. I do think it's also, again, kind of a chunker to bring to a trip, and I'm not sure how quickly I'm gonna get through this as well. Last option that I have is Clap When You Land by Elizabeth Acevedo. I've read her books before. I really enjoyed them. They're all written in verse, so in poetry, and I know that this is a book that I can get through faster, even though I've barely started it. I've read like a tiny bit. I know that if I bring this, that I could potentially read the whole thing on my trip, and I kind of like that I am like, okay, I can just finish a book while I'm there. Gone a little bit too hard at the gym, because I noticed when I was in the supermarket, I was holding the basket with all the stuff, and my arm was like literally like shaking. And then I was like, you know what? Maybe we worked out a little bit hard. But you know, all for the gains, all for the big guns. Anyways, let's talk about everything that I bought. I won't go over everything, trust me. I bought food. I made sure to buy snacks that I could just have singly packed so I could just take them in my suitcase. Then I also got a complete 100 set of gloves because I didn't have any gloves to dye my hair with. And then I was like, okay, I need gloves. But now I have 100 of them. So if I wanna dye my hair for the next 50 years, twice a year, then I will have that. And most importantly, I got purple conditioner. I saw online that they had in the store as well a purple like hair mask. And I really wanted that one because I felt like it was more purple and it stays longer in your hair and it heals your hair a bit better from the bleach. The hair mask was not in the store, so I got a conditioner instead. Hopefully this is fine. But that means that I now have all the ingredients to bleach my hair. So I think it's bleach time. Okay. By the way, I'm not naked. I am wearing a towel. I am wearing clothes. I just never understand why when people bleach their hair, they're like, oh, put on a shirt that you don't mind getting dirty. And I'm just like, why don't you just like wear a towel or something that you don't, because I can't imagine like having to pull over like your shirt over your head and like the shirt just touching all of the bleach or hair dye. I'm just like, this is so much easier and faster and cleaner. So this is what I'm wearing. We are going to bleach my hair. I've got the bleach right here. I've got the dissolver, whatever, volume 30 thing. I've bleached my hair before. I've just only bleached my hair with like box dye. So this is the first time that I'll be like actually like mixing things and like, so that's exciting. I did watch a video on this, so I feel like I'm a little bit equipped, but I don't know how much. Okay, I look kind of crazy, but I've divided my hair into like kind of 4 sections, so it makes it a little bit easier to spread the bleach around. I don't really know how much of each I have to do, but we've got like a cup in the bleach. I watched a video and she did like 6 scoops of bleach, and I feel like that's too much. It has like measurements on the cup. I've got like 15 milliliters of this now, the cream, and then I'm gonna put in 1 or 2 scoops. The powder is like blue. I'm gonna first do 1 scoop, mix it, then put in another scoop. It's nice and blue. It's starting to smell chemical. To be honest, the consistency seems quite well. Like it's like thick. I feel like it seems like a good pliable consistency. I was planning to just go in with my hands, forgetting that I needed gloves. So I'm very happy that I remembered that I needed gloves. I don't really know how to apply this with a brush. I've always just kind of done it kind of with my hands. The nice thing is I need to do my whole head of hair and not just my roots. So it doesn't matter if it's kind of messy, because it just needs to get everywhere, to be honest, anyway. Okay, I look a little bit crazy, but you can already see how blonde it's getting. I'm also bleaching my eyebrows, which you can tell. I'm gonna let this sit. I want to be like white hair, so I think I might let it sit just for a little while. And then I apply the conditioner. I might just let it sit for like 10 minutes, kind of like a hair mask, because it's gonna dye my hair a bit more purple and take up all of the yellow tones that are definitely gonna be in there. The ends of my hair I feel like are not turning very blonde yet. They're still quite brown. So we're gonna see how that develops. Guys, I don't know if I made a mistake. I don't have any eyebrows anymore. I mean, I do have them. They're just so bleached. They're so light, you can't see them like at all. Yeah. Cause like I think bleached eyebrows look so cool on people, but I'm not sure if it looks cool on me. I just look like a bald baby right now. Also, who let me do this like before my trip? like right before my trip, like the evening before my trip, because like I don't know if I am happy with my hair. I conditioned it twice with purple conditioner, mostly because I was trying to get the yellow tones out a little bit more. But I also just wanted to deep condition and give my hair a little bit of love after completely frying it. I can show you the reveal now. I feel like I look like a Dorito chip. Like there's so much yellow and orange going on. This was not really the look that I was going for. I feel like that purple shampoo did barely anything. I'm hoping that the more that it dries, the more that it gets wider. Right now, I have little hope. I feel like I'm going to Berlin as a yellow. I'm just going yellow. I don't know how much I'm vibing. I just need to be able like to pull it off, you know? Like at least Berlin is like an artsy city. I can just be like, oh my god, I'm like art student and like I have like orange hair and it's so cool. But you know, we make choices in life. I made a choice in life. Definitely a choice. Okay, so this is the hair after it's kind of basically dry. It is still orange. It's still very yellow and orange. I kind of feel like a candy corn, you know, where it's like white and then it's like yellow and then it's like orange. Wait, candy corns have orange in the middle, but I do kind of feel like a candy corn with this hair. I don't hate it. Like, I don't think it looks awful. I don't think it looks that bad. It's just getting used to, you know? It's just kind of like, I don't know, I just can't stop like playing with it and just kind of like looking in the mirror because I'm just like, who is this person? What am I staring at? What is this? But I don't hate it. The orange, I think I might still want to get out eventually. Like I might bleach it again. But for now, it's fine. Like I don't think I'm gonna try to like fix it before Berlin because it's not gonna happen. I think it's mostly something I need to get used to. It's mostly change. I was going for like editorial Vogue model look. Don't know if I'm giving that, but we tried and yes.